Hey youth, here we are again in my daughter's room, the place where I apparently do devotionals nowadays. But I wanted to spend some time with you this morning and hopefully encourage you with God's Word. I want to talk about a psalm that actually, when I went to school at GCU, one of our assignments was for extra credit on a test, was to memorize Psalm 1. And the psalm is so beautiful because it really highlights the importance of our life being rooted in God's Word. It says this, it says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season. Its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers." And I don't want to read the whole psalm to you this morning, but I really want to highlight the beauty of those first few verses. It says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers." He's saying the man who does not indulge the world, the man who does not follow after those who are in the world, living by the world, who are living in a way that was not according to what God had called them to. Blessed is the man who doesn't do that, but rather meditates on God's law, who's planted, who's rooted in. He uses this illustration of a tree, because a tree that is planted by streams of water, a tree that has a water source, grows and it yields its fruit in its season. And we have a call to meditate on God's Word day and night. That means always. That word meditate is not used in the way that you probably think it is. It means to murmur, that idea, that connotation. And what it's saying is that we as Christians are called to speak God's Word continually, to memorize it, to repeat it over and over and over again, to allow it to sit in our minds, to marinate on our hearts. When we do that, we're like a tree planted by streams of water. We yield fruit. And the Bible talks about the fruit that we yield as a Christian. The Bible talks about the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. And I don't know about you, but I want to yield those things. And so this morning, I want to remind you, I've been reminded that we need to remain rooted in God's Word. Because as Christians, we're called to grow. And that is one of the surefire ways that we're going to grow into the men and the women that God has called us to be. So I pray that you're encouraged by that this morning. I pray that you spend some time in God's Word today, that you meditate on it, that you speak it, that you murmur, that you allow it to just marinate on your mind and heart, and that you allow God to do a work in your life. And that's one of the ways that God does it, is through His Word. I'm praying for you guys. I miss you, and I know that God is doing a work. We'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.